Hello and welcome to Let Me Bore You to Sleep. My name is Jason Newland. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. This is Monday's Boring Objects. So I'll just get this volume down. So I thought what I'd do today for my Monday's Boring Objects is go through my not Amazon. What am I going to go through? I go through my iTunes best of playlist. So the songs that I listen to most of all. There's a lot on there, so I thought I'd just go through them. There's 97 songs. The annoying thing about it is when I put it on shuffle, they keep playing the same songs. So anyway, hello, and if you've not been here before, hi. Yeet is back, hello. And, itchy balls. Okay, better now. So I'm recording this for my podcast orally. What am I talking about? I'm recording the audio podcast. I'm also recording it for the video, which is going to be on YouTube. That's separate. And this is live on TikTok. So, hey. I suppose... What am I supposed to... I could... Oh, that's weird. It's not allowing me to share. It's not allowing me to share. Just make sure you can hear me okay. Maybe you can let me know. Just say, yeah, man. I can hear you all right. Yeah. Why is it... Oh, maybe Facebook. If I click on Facebook. Share to Facebook. Okay, here we go. I'm live now. Post. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through the songs. It's very boring. It's supposed to be boring. And if you're watching this live, you can just enjoy it being boring, but it's not supposed to send you to sleep if you're listening live, okay? But it can maybe help you relax, calm down, slow your mind down through boredom. And that's what this is about. It's about me and my... To be fair, it's quite hard. I can be boring with my voice, but it's quite hard to be boring with this super sexy beard of mine, because it's an exciting beard, let's face it. So, Anyway, not much has happened today. Yeah, I woke up late. I woke up about 7:30. And so say hello to Struan, Heavy, the Sax, Tim, loads of people kind of floating through and then skipping through. I did say yesterday I would come back at 5 today, so I kind of have. But at the same time, I wasn't sure whether to or not. The window's open, which means it's rattling the other door. Normally I close the windows when I make recordings because of the outside noise. But in this weather, there ain't a lot going on. The cats are still out there, which can disturb Vinny. But generally, he's not, the wind doesn't bother him. And the wind and the rain kind of covers up a lot of the sound of the cats. Because there's a cat over there that's got a little bell on. And the reason they put a bell on it is so that it doesn't catch birds. So the birds can sort of hear it coming. But unfortunately, what it does is it stands outside looking up at my window and just rattles its head, knowing that Finny will start barking. It just winds him up. It's for real. It's for true. Matthew said, "Are you the Kazoo JJ?" I had no idea what that means. I'm sexy JJ, but I don't know about the Kazoo JJ. So I'm going to go through my list of this is Monday's boring objects. I usually do this every Monday, and I talk about a subject. Anything. And the thing is with this app, I don't know half what's being said or why it's being said. So I'm just going to keep talking, because I'm basically recording a video, which is over there, that's the camera, and a podcast. So regardless of if people are posting horrible things, it doesn't make any difference. And I will say hello to people that say hello. So hi, Meenal. And maybe people who listen to me and on the podcast might also want to just join this as well, because, be a bit different, be a bit weird, because, Meenal asks as well I'm from the UK, England, Britain. Rume says hello, and Bailey keeps asking me to ask a question. The thing is, I realise that I'm old and that, but you go assuming that I don't know what some of the words you're saying mean. And it's true, some of the words that people say, I don't know what they mean, because it's a different lingo. But then my lingo when I was a kid was different to my dad's lingo, or my granddad's lingo. I wonder if my granddad had any lingo. I don't know. I mean, he just probably had a Cockney accent. That's probably about it, really. So, hello to everyone. Am I 67? Is that what someone asked me? Am I 67? Oh my goodness. Do you fancy having a brawl later for fun, mate? About 6 p.m. I'll be. So, no, but that was from Jimmy, Uncle Jimmy. So I don't really know quite what's going on there. So at the moment, I think I've got a lot of people just joining to send their love, but using words that perhaps I don't understand. So I can't have anyone join me like in a chat, because I actually record in a podcast. And I don't know, for those listening or watching on my videos, because I know I've only got like 2 people listening or watching this right now, but I'll get a lot more than that. Listen to our podcast later. 3 or 4 at least. And I don't know if this format is going to be acceptable. So I will, after doing it maybe a few days, I'll go to my listeners and say, look, do you want me to stop doing that? And I'll just do something different. And I'll go back to how it was. I'm just going to go out and cause a fight now for a warm-up. Okay, right. That's from Jimmy. Yes, Uncle Jimmy, is that spot on? Why don't you just put Uncle Jimmy? Just say who you are. Just say who you are, because if you are who you say who I think you are, then we know each other. Just say hi. In it. Join my fan club. I got a fan club apparently. Did anyone know that? I didn't know. So, here we go. Oh, where's it gone? So what I did with my best of, because I've got playlists on my iTunes. So I've used Apple Podcasts. Apple? Yeah, Apple Music. Which is iTunes, isn't it? Well, yeah. So I've used Spotify. Don't use Spotify anymore. Not any particular reason. I just find this is easier because I do all this on my phone, on my TV. I listen to it on my phone as well, but I listen to a lot of the music on my television because I've got Apple Television. So I've got all like the different albums I've got. So you might be surprised, bearing in mind how ancient I am, some of the music I listen to. What year were you born? 1970. Do you know how many people would just lie to you there? What's the point? So I'm going to go through some of the albums that you might be surprised that I listen to. So I'm very into classical music. And I don't know why I said it twice. I really don't. Dexter was born in 1974. Oh. That seems to be my go-to. Now, if I want to relax or just drift off to sleep, but if I want to relax during the day, that is, there's two things I listen to. Three things. It can be classical music. I might listen to one of my own podcasts, which sounds a bit weird, but I've got to listen back to the things that I record to see whether or not it's relaxing and peaceful and calming, And the other thing I listen to, I watch a YouTube video, which would be like a lecture. Like a science lecture or a psychology lecture that lasts maybe an hour or two. So something like that. The classical music will either be on Apple Music or I'll find something on YouTube to listen to. The only problem I find is because of TV, it's still bright and suddenly the screen will change. It'll go from being like dull to bright and like, oh, what's going on? And I can see it through my eyelids. Eyelashes, not eyelashes, eyelids, yeah. Because I don't wear my glasses because I've got my eyes closed. I realise I don't really need them when I've got my eyes closed. I don't wear them in bed. But then I'm not in bed during the day. Generally, I'm just relaxing, sitting back. And Vinny just heard a dog in the garden. Please, if he starts, I'll just let you know, if you're watching this live, Vinny, my little boy, there's a picture of him on my profile or whatever. Plus, it's a picture of Vinny. There's a couple of videos of him as well. If he hears a dog or someone knocks on the door or he hears someone coming into the building, sometimes he just starts barking and he will go absolutely, really, loses it, which is a little bit annoying. Makes me jump. But if you're listening live, you'll hear that. But if you're watching on a video later that I upload to YouTube or you're listening to the podcast, you won't hear it because I won't upload that. I will edit it out. But I can't edit while I'm live. I can press the... Where is it? Press the pause live. So let's have a look. Pause live to resume. So I resumed that. Oh, right. I thought it might allow it to have it there. So I could... Okay, so there is a way of pausing live, but I've got to press a button to get to it. So I'll figure my way around it eventually. You know what I mean? So here's someone that I discovered a few years ago. Well, I don't know, 2 years ago. Alex Benjamin. I wonder if anyone listening to this or watching this knows who Alec Benjamin is. Anyone? He's so good. Like, really good. And I know that he's not necessarily aimed at me. I saw him live, and his audience there was no old men in his audience. But he's so good, and his songwriting abilities are amazing. And I've never really heard of him before that. And I've not really heard of him since. As far as like in the UK. He's American. He's just really, really good. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 albums. Narrated for You, These Two Windows, Uncommentary, and 12 Notes. So let me just have a look. Narrated for You, If We Have Each Other, Water Fountain, love that song. Annabelle's Homework, Let Me Down Slowly, Boy in the Bubble, Boy in the Bubble. So you got Outrunning Karma. The one I came across to start with is My Mind is a Prison. So I'd listened to another song which was kind of similar about the mind, whatever. And also I saw on YouTube a song by Jessie J, and she just released it, and it's about awareness for, I don't know what the right word to say, I don't want to say the word, but it begins with S, that ends with E. So she's written this song, I suppose she's written it and released it. It's a good song. And she's crying while she's singing it. Well, she's not singing it and crying. I mean, I'm sure she's not actually singing as she's crying, but she's crying as she's doing the video. I just felt it was quite powerful, actually. Demons, that's a good one. Jesus in LA, I'm not a cynic. I'm not a cynic. I'm not a cynic. And then there's the Book of You and I. The Book of You and I. The Book of You and I. It Must Have Been the Rain. What's that? That's one of my favourite ones. It Must Have Been the Wind. Where is it? The Devil Doesn't Bargain. The devil doesn't bargain. The devil doesn't bargain. And you've got Dopamine Addict. Dopamine Addict. Dopamine Addict. And Shadow of Mine. That shadow of mine. That shadow of mine. So yeah, that's good. And one of my favourite, I don't know why, one of my favourites is It Must Have Been the Wind. So where is that? Why can't I find it? 12 Notes, different sacrifice. It Must Have Been the Wind. Why can't I find that? I reckon it's in the first one. It must have been, no. Let Me Down Slowly. We Still Have Each Other. Mine is a Prison. The Book, Matching the Range. I'm not a cynic. And It Must Have Been the Wind. Okay. That's on These Two Windows. It must have been the wind. So basically that story is about, he goes up to see his neighbour that lives upstairs, thinking that she's in trouble, and he said, I can hear arguing and shouting, and she said, it must have been the wind. And that's basically what it is. And he keeps going back, and he says, I can hear shouting and I'm worried. And she said, it must have been the wind. But if you need a friend, I'm happy to be your friend. And in the end, he goes in there, and basically she just starts farting. It really was the wind. Am I pleased with myself? No, I'm not. I got the Beatles' a White Album. Handel, the Berlin Philharmonic, Tchaikovsky, the Nutcracker. Beyonce, oh man. Okay, so I got some playlists. I came over. So Beyonce's Essentials. I like Beyonce. I mean, she's been around forever. So, I mean, I was young when she was around, when she first came out. And things like Crazy in Love, I mean, that was like 2002, 2003. That's a long time. Crazy in Love. Crazy in Love. I mean, even Umbrella, that was what, 2007? I know that's not. I know that's not Beyonce. I know that's what's her name, but it's amazing. It's like 18 years ago for not Rebecca, Rihanna. Be honest, yeah. Whenever you hear the word umbrella, don't you feel like you've got to say Ella, Ella, Ella? Be honest. I think you do. That's what I believe. So my thing about, let's see what the songs that I like off of her. This is the best one. I like her latest one, the Texas Hold'em, where she's doing like country songs. I like that. Crazy in Love, overplayed. Just overplayed. It was on all the time. And I remember going to the gym and it was just always on, the video. It's always just there. And it was hard because she was dancing around everything and I'm trying to concentrate on running, and Irreplaceable. You know, I like that song. Now this, Drunk in Love. The first time I heard Drunk in Love, I thought it was the biggest pile of poo. Genuinely, didn't like it. It was just rubbish. Well, in my mind, I thought, this is really bad. This is really bad. And then I ended up loving it. It was just so different from anything I'd ever heard before. It just took me by surprise. And actually, I just love it. I still love it. Formation, Deja Vu, Baby Boy, Girls Run the World. If I was a girl, I'd dress. Halo, yeah, like that. Partition, no, it sounds like a political song, but I don't remember that one. Beautiful Liar, If I Were a Boy, I like that one. Telephone, featuring Beyonce. It's Lady Gaga, isn't it? I like that song. It's a telephone, 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 telephone. Yeah, that was good. I don't think I did it complete justice. Sava, Alien, Superstar, Single Ladies, Put a Ring on It. If you're single ladies, put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. If you want to put a ring on it. I remember that. Jolene. I mean, it's good. She's got an amazing voice. So she could pretty much sing any song. But for me, Dolly Parton did the best version of that song for me, personally. See, this is where I got very confused, because I don't remember hearing these two songs, and I got a bit obsessed. It's hard to believe that I would get obsessed with anything, but sometimes I do. 1+1. 1+1. And wow. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was about that song. And this is recently. This is like a few months ago. Absolutely just love that. And then Dangerously in Love Too. That got me as well. So my three favourite songs is what's that one I said I didn't like? When they're on the beach. Drunk in Love. I think she was pregnant at that time. It was a good video, but it was like really kind of, I don't know. Have you ever... Right, there's more stuff going on. I don't know, people are writing stuff down. So I would play it, but I can't really do that for the podcast. I suppose I could play it. We're allowed to play music, aren't we? I just have to edit it out. So what I'll do is I'll play a little bit of it, and then I'll edit it out when I've, out of the podcast and video. This is one of my favourite songs. It's kind of weird. I don't know why. So I'm just looking at other songs. I've got Bonnie Tyler Essentials. The thing is, have you ever noticed if you you get these playlists like the essentials of a singer. So I've got Elton John Essentials saved on here. And, obviously Elton John's been around for decades and decades and decades. And, you got Rocket Man. Of course. I'm Still Standing. Your Song. Then Little Richard's Bible. What the heck is that? I've never heard that one before. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Yeah. Tiny Dancer. Swing for the Fences, Elton John and Brandi Carlile. Never heard of that before. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Don't Go Breaking My Heart, Crocodile Rock. And then Cold Heart, Elton John and Duper Leah. Who Believes in Angels, Elton John and Brandi Carlile. Candle in the Wind. Of course. Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. Saturday Nights Are Right for Fighting, Benny and the Jets, Daniel. So all these Sacrifice, Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word, sad songs. So there's lots of these honky cat. But these songs that it's like never heard of that they mixed in with it. Why? Why though? I want them removed. But it doesn't allow it to be removed. So I can't listen to the whole thing, because I don't want to listen to stuff that I've not heard. I just want to listen to the old stuff. I want to listen to stuff that I know that he's, You know what I mean? Just trying to think. I've got Rihanna Essentials. What's my favourite Rihanna songs? Umbrella. Ella. We Found Love, Work, 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 Work. I remember when that came out. Work, 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 work. And the newspaper printed the lyrics to the song. And it literally was just work, 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 work. And on paper it looked absolutely ridiculous. But it was a good song. It looked really bad on paper. Just work, 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 repeated. Diamonds, Rude Boy, Disturbia. I'll be honest, I think I didn't listen to any of Rihanna's songs or her albums after S&M. Or Disturbia, I'm not sure which one. The last, yeah. Because I used to listen to those. Man Down, really like that song. Don't know why, but Man Down. She's done so much, so many songs. But then I got Squeeze, but there's only one song on there that I really love, and that's Up the Junction. We do it up the junction. I don't know any, or Cool for Cats as well. Cool for Cats. But wasn't that bothered about that when I was a kid. Stevie Wonder love songs. My cherry amor. Then Isn't She Lovely? Isn't she lovely? Signed and deliver. Signed, sealed and delivered. Signed, sealed and delivered. I'm yours. You are the sunshine of my life. You are the sunshine of my life. Tell you, one of my favourite songs. It's not on there. Why is it not on there? I just called to say I love you. Yeah. Now do you stay to celebrate? But then Overjoyed. Where's Overjoyed? Overjoyed, I've been building my castle of love just for two, though you never knew you were my reason. The Sandman has come from too far away to say he can come back some other day. Don't you know that? Why is that not on there? I don't know, maybe these are done by humans. The Beatles love songs. I pretty much love the Beatles. I think mainly probably because my dad, you know, he loved the Beatles and he just used to play them, and I kind of got to know them when I was a kid. Something in the way she moves. If I fell in love with her, da 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 da. All my loving, darling, I'll be true. Michelle, my belle, I wanna hold your hand. Yesterday, and I love, and I do 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 do, and I love her. Till there was you, here, there, and everywhere. All you need is love. Boom, 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 boom. I'll follow the sun. Love me do. In my life, here comes the sun. From me to you, she's leaving home. She's Leaving Home's not really a love song, is it? It's about a girl leaving home. That's not a love song. Day after day, alone on a hill, the man that's keeping perfectly still. I used to like that. P.S. I love you. P.S. I love you. Baby, it's you, girl. I've just seen her face. I just seen her face. Do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Oh, oh. I need you, I need you, I need you. Do 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 do. Julia, the only love, the long and winding road. To your door. I do love that song. The jams. I've got the jam essentials on here as well. A Town Called Malice and Going Underground. That's entertainment. Okay, that's another one. But that is it. There's no other ones that I kind of absolute beginners. No, I don't think that is it. So a town called Malice, or Town Called Malice. I'm going underground. Town Called Malice. My friend Luke loved the jam. Loved them. That's weird. Oh, albums. I was looking for albums. Blimey. That's why I couldn't find the albums. I was on albums and now I just lost the albums. Bob Dylan. Very into Bob Dylan. I remember the first time I ever... It would have been early 90s, probably about 92. I went into W.H. Smith's and I bought a tape. This is before CDs, really. So I bought a tape of Bob Dylan's greatest hits. And it just had his, his greatest hits, I suppose. And I listened to it. I got onto the tube and I had my little Walkman and I'm sort of sitting on a tube on my way probably... My recollection is I bought it on the way to go to the tube station, because the tube station was just under a tunnel. And the tubes are underground. I don't mean that. I mean, you can get over the top as well. Because Stratford Shopping Centre used to be... Well, it's not like it is now. I've not been there for a long time. But it used to be... That was my home. That's why I lived in Stratford for a long time. So I got my best of Bob Dylan. It was a double tape, set. Went onto the underground tube, Central Line, to take me to Tottenham Court Road tube station, and then I probably went and had a look at some bookshops and got a McDonald's. I think a travel card was £1.99 or something back then. Blondie, Eat the Beat. What? Why have I got on there? 9 Atomic. Okay, Atomic. I do like Atomic. So, my favourite album of Bob Dylan is Blood on the Tracks. And every song on there I love. Tangled Up in Blue, Simple Twist of Fate, Simple Twist of Fate, Tangled Up in Blue. And then you got You're a Big Girl Now, Idiot Wind, You're Gonna Make Me Lonesome, You're Gonna Make Me Lonesome When You Go, and Meet Me in the Morning. And then you got, that was quite good, that wasn't it? Meet Me in the Morning when the sun shines with it glow. Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts. If you see her, say hello from me. Then you got shelter, shelter from the storm. And then buckets of rain, buckets of rain, buckets of poo. Walking the bear back a bucket of you. I don't know one thing you could mine. I do go to bed up in pain. It wasn't very good, was it? But you know, it's kind of like similar to that. Now, the other albums I've got is Blonde on Blonde. So Rainy Day Women, number 12 and 35. Some of the songs I like Just Like a Woman, some of that. Yeah, I do. I like the songs. Highway 61 Revisited. That I didn't realise, right, that I didn't know, because like back in 92 when I listened to the best of, it was the times they are changing. Get out of the new road if you don't want to lend a hand. What was it? Times are changing, and another song that was on there that was like really early Bob Dylan. I wouldn't have believed you if you told me that actually my favourite song of Bob Dylan is now Like a Rolling Stone. And it's just, I don't know. It's, yeah, like a Rolling Stone. It is. There's, like, the lyrics, it's just, yeah. I mean, I used to listen to the best of Bob Dylan. Wow. I'm talking for decades. I would listen to his songs, and I kind of, I suppose it shaped me a little bit in some ways. Maybe. Desolation Row. That's another song. Now, Bobby McFerrin, it's another album I had. I bought that album in 1988, 88, 89. I remember listening to it in 89. And this is Don't Worry, Be Happy. That one. And he did all the sounds, there was no music, he just did everything with his voice. And I bought the album because in 1988, okay, I bought the album, I really liked Don't Worry, Be Happy. It's just such an upbeat song. I mean, you can't be negative with a title like that, can you? I suppose if the Smiths did it, don't worry, be happy. I suppose the Smiths or Morrissey could turn it into a miserable song, but yeah, it was such a good song. And then I actually liked the whole album. All I Want, Drive My Car, Simple Pleasures Are the Best. That's good. Good Loving. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good Loving. You got Drive, Susie Q, Them Changes, Sunshine of Your Life. So I really like that. It's really, I like all the songs. I don't know how many got in the charts, but Don't Worry, Be Happy was a number one, I do believe. And then, well, this is, I remember 1993, end of the year. 93? Wait a minute. This is very strange. End of the Road. That's very strange. End 1990. I think they got the dates wrong on this, because Cooley High Harmony, End of the Road Spanish edition, 1991. Now, End of the Road, I know this for certain. End of the Road didn't come out until, I don't know it for certain, but I'm pretty sure End of the Road came out in the end of 93. Right? End of the Road. End of the Road. End of the Road. It's the end. Why would it... Oops, just... You think putting End of the Road, the only thing would come up would be that song, but no. End of the Road. You're ridiculous. Okay. Song. Right. So Wikipedia. End of the Road. Right, it was released in June 1992. Okay, so this is, if we go to Boysman, this is really going to annoy me. I mean, not like hugely. But they didn't have any songs. I mean, they might have had something in 91. 94 to 96. So let's have a look at their songs. Okay. Cooley High Harmony. This is annoying. 1991. So Cooley High Harmony had End of the Road, the English part. Mind you, it could be on the album and not released till 92. Please Don't Go, Lonely Heart, This Is My Heart, It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday, Motown Philly, Under Pressure, Little Things, Your Love. So this was the original 1991 edition. It was reissued. That's what it was. So I guess it wasn't popular. It didn't get its... so it was reissued in 1993. I want to see... I'm confused. Because is back again, looking for the beautiful Philly. I'm pretty sure that was the very first song on the album. Maybe it was a different album for the UK. But Motown Philly was the first. Basically, it's like they introduced the album going, oh, come on and show them what we can do, man. And it said, yeah. And that's a tall bloke with the walking stick. Yeah, let's show him what we can do. Like, but where's End of the Road? 1991. End of the Road ain't on there. So that's very strange. Please Don't Go, So Hard to Go. I mean, that was their first. End of the Road. That was the first hit I remember ever seeing. So, Boys to Men. I keep banging the microphone. I do apologise, everybody. It's my beard. I'm struggling to... I just want to find the hits. The hits discography. Right, here we go. List of albums with selected chart positions and certifications. Wow. It's a cool high harmony. I'm very confused. This is, I mean, I do get confused sometimes, but End of the Road was 92. So, according to this, they did get to number 23 with Moto Philly. Motown Philly's back again, looking for a little East Coast living. Ooh. And It's Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday. That didn't even chart in the UK, but it got to number 2 in the US. Now I really like that song. I don't know why it wasn't in the UK. It was a brilliant song. It's Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday. I like Motown Philly, but it seems like it was just an introduction to the album. It didn't really feel like a song on its own. I don't know why. Probably because it was at the beginning of the album. But then you got End of the Road. Because my memory is every song they released went to number 1 in America. That's my memory of the 90s. So every song that Boyz II Men released got straight to number 1, one after another, and they were like the most successful boy band or most successful R&B group or whatever ever. But according to this, Motown Philly got to number 3. This is 91. It's Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday got to number 2. I don't know that one got to number 16. Please Don't Go got to 49. But the US R&B charts got higher. End of the Road. That's the first time I'd ever heard of Boyz II Men. And it was 92. That's weird. I just remember it being 93. Holding it down to the end of the road. Fair enough. It was 92. I knew it wasn't 91. So 90, End of the Road, 92. Number 1, multiple countries, including the UK, US, Australia, New Zealand. So yeah, it was like really, really popular. And then In the Still of the Night, I remember, I don't even know what that is. That didn't get as highly ranked. That was 93. Let It Snow, that didn't even get anywhere in the UK. You got the other one got to number 27. I'll Make Love to You. I'll Make Love to You. That got to number 1 in the UK. No, 5 in the UK. See, I like those songs that it did. I'll make love to you if you want me to. Blah, 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 blah. And then On Bended Knee. On Bended Knee. On Bended Knee. And they were number 1 in America. So they did have quite a few number 1s in America. But in the UK, according to this, they haven't had a chart hit in America since, wow, pretty much a top 40 hit in America, which was the US pop, which was 1990. 2000. They got to number 39. Thank You in Advance got to number 80 in the US charts, but then in R&B got to number 40. But since then, they've not got into the top 40 of any charts in any country, according to this, since 2000. 25 years. Seems weird, doesn't it? I do wonder, how do people become... They're so popular and then stop being, go from being... having number one songs, like especially in America. Water Runs Dry. I really like that one as well. 4 Seasons of Loneliness. I'm not sure about this. And A Song for Mama. A Song for Mama. Ooh. Was that a Mother's Day song or something? I don't know, I got a memory of that. 4 Seasons of Loneliness. 4 Seasons of Loneliness. On Bended Knee. I like that as well. So yeah, it's strange how... I don't know why they just kind of stopped being really, really popular. I've got Push by Bros, 1987. Now, there's going to be people watching or listening to this that I've got no idea who Bros are. And basically, it's twin brothers with another drummer. No, he was a bass player, was he? Or was he a drummer? Craig. So it was Matt Goss and Pat Goss or something. And one was the singer, one was the bass player, and then it was the Craig who was the drummer, I do believe. And they were the biggest thing since Wham in the UK. Like, they were in 1987. They were the biggest group in the country. Like, huge. But then that was another bubble that burst after a couple of years. Now it's changed because managers and the bands, people who run the bands and manage the bands, in the popularity they book venues and fill venues out a long time in advance, so that people have invested their money and time in going to see the act like next year, which means that it just seems, I don't know, maybe they just became famous so too quickly that they couldn't do that. But I've noticed that with some bands, they book so far in advance that their fans are going to stay loyal because they're waiting for them to be there. Right. 10 out of 10. My favourite song is Cat Amongst the Pigeons. But this has now got 2 discs, which 3 discs, really? I don't know what. It's lots of different remixes and stuff. And you got CeeLo Green, Lady Killer, so Forget You. I like that album. When was that? 2010. Wow. And I got Three of my favourite albums ever was Craig David, Born to Do It, Slicker Than Your Average, and The Story Goes. Three of my favourite albums. And another one of my favourite all-time albums is The Cranberries' No Need to Argue. I started listening to that, 94? And that's before I moved to Ireland. And what's his name? Zombie. That was being played continuously on MTV, on every radio channel, especially in Ireland. That was almost like the national anthem of Ireland for a while. It seemed to be. It was just always being played. And I love every album. And I would say that she's Delilah, blimey. I forget her name now. I know she's no longer with us. The best voice. The best singing voice that I like. Probably my favourite singing voice ever was her. And then we got another two of my favourite albums, Gotta Get Through This and Second First Impressions with Daniel Bedingfield. Love both of those albums. And you got David Gray, White Ladder, another one of my favourite albums from the past. I like myself a bit of Donnell Jones. ELO. I like ELO. I grew up listening to late 70s, early 80s, Mr. Blue Sky, Evil Woman, Don't Bring Me Down. And the recordings, the quality of the sound, it was so good. I got a few Elvis albums as well there, which is just standard for me. My favourite album is Elvis's Christmas album. And I listen to that even, by the way, that's my thumb. I listen to Elvis Christmas album even in the summer, which is a bit weird, but I do. Because I've been listening to it since I was a kid, I suppose. Blue. See? Eminem. Which one is that? Oh, the Marshall Mathers LP. So, yeah, that's my favourite one that he ever did. Stan, Who Knew, The Real Slim Shady, I'm Back, Marshall Mathers, Amityville, I'm a Criminal. So yeah, I used to listen to that in 2001. So this might surprise you if you know me. Is one of my favourite bands is Falling in Reverse. And I know it's still, I'm listening to songs from the past, but it's probably the most modern songs that I listen to. And I just love their songs. Like Prequel, Popular Monster, Ronald, Voices in My Head, Watch the World Burn, Zombified, Last Resort. I mean, they're all really, really, really good songs. I got Fleetwood Mac greatest hits there, but the only song I like is Everywhere. And then I've got Faith, George Michael. Loved that album. I listened to that continuously when I was 16, 17, probably 17, continuously. And then I got Ladies and Gentlemen, but I never bought that at the time, but I do like listening to that. It's like 96. Listen Without Prejudice, Older. So anything George Michael I like, because he just had such an amazing voice. This one surprised me because I came over this one by accident, and they kept advertising on TV, James Morrison, and I thought, why are you advertising this bloke? You know, just in the adverts, continuously advertising him, and I wasn't interested. And then I must have seen one of his, I don't know, probably one of his songs before I moved here. So I must have seen, watching videos, and In My Dreams, I think it was, or Slave to the Music, or Say Something Now. I mean, every single song he's done is just phenomenal. The Awakening, one of my favourite albums ever. And then what have we got? I've got Control by Janet Jackson in 1986, but Let's Wait a While was the only song on it that I like. Frantic Romantic, We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off. So yeah. Another person I really liked was Jessie J, because I used to watch her on YouTube before she was famous. Before she even released an album or a song. I have to have a drink here. And so she was busking in New York on the underground or the subway, whatever it's called, singing Price Tag. And I just like, what a voice. What a voice. And as soon as the album came out, I downloaded it or whatever. And I just loved it, every song. Why have I got Unchain My Heart, Joe Cocker, Trust in Me? I don't know why that is. I got Lionel Richie. I got two albums that I really liked when I was a kid. Lionel Richie and Can't Slow Down. And they got all like the Hello, Can't Slow Down, All Night Long, Penny Lover, Stuck on You, Hello, and then the other one, Dancing on the Ceiling, I do believe. Serves You Right. What? Serves You Right, Wandering Stranger, Tell Me My Love. My Love. Where's Dancing on the Ceiling then? All Night Long. Maybe that's a whole album of its own. That door sounds like it's going to click open any minute. Oh. And then I've got Luther Vandross's Greatest Hits. Complete Madness, I had that 1980. So I had that out, and it was like, yeah, I used to listen to that over and over again. I was, probably 9 or 10. And there's 3 albums. Was 2 albums that I really, really... So I'm looking at the TV. There's 2 albums that I really love of Madonna. True Blue and Like a Prayer. They're the ones. There's... Yeah, that's it. I liked a lot of stuff she's done, but True Blue, Like a Prayer, love them. Love every song on all those albums, both those albums. Men at Work, so Business as Usual, Who Can It Be Now, Down Under. So I love Men at Work. I mean, there's only 3 songs I really love. And I've got Michael Jackson. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, how many Michael Jackson albums have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, in order of the ones that I like the most, there's not really an order, but I'd say basically Off the Wall, and then Thriller isn't up there. It's weird. I don't know why, but I've not even got Thriller saved on there. I think it was one of those where Thriller was played so much constantly when I was like 11, 12, and I just got to the point where I didn't want to listen to it anymore. Weird, don't know why, but it's still a brilliant album, but I just don't listen to it. But then Bad was my all-time favourite album that Michael Jackson ever did. And that was, 1987. Love every song on that. And then when he did... Oh, it's not on here. That's weird. So he did Bad. And he did... Oh, yeah, Dangerous. I really love Dangerous. That was 1991. I do believe. 1991. Yep, I love that. And then History, 95. See, it is getting it wrong. Look, History, past, present, future, right? And it says 1982. No, it was 1995. So they are getting it wrong, getting the dates wrong on this thing. So History, 1995. It's a really Bad, Dangerous, and History. So 87, 91, and 95. Those are my 3 favourite albums. However, in about 86, 87, I also fell in love with Off the Wall, and I listened to Off the Wall just as much as I listened to Bad, and I never knew about it before, so I discovered that one. And then more recently, I did also listen to Michael Jackson's Indispensable? I forget. 2001 album. Invincible. But I also really like I didn't like Invincible when it really came out first. I didn't dislike it. It wasn't really what I kind of got used to with him. It was very different. But I got to like it. I got to appreciate it more later on. Forever Michael got to be there. A couple of albums that he did when he was a kid, and Ben. Again, these really great albums. I mean, Ben, there's not one song I don't like on there. I mean, Ben, Greatest Show on Earth, People Make the World Go Round. We've got a good thing going. Everybody's Somebody's Fool. My Girl. What Goes Around Comes Around. In Our Small Way. Shooby Dooby 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 Day. You Can Cry on My Shoulder. See, In Our Small Way is, if I get it down to, I wonder if it's got lyrics. Does it allow lyrics? And review full lyrics. Nope. In Our Small Way, view full lyrics. Right. So this is why I love this song. In Our Small Way, Michael Jackson. And he sung this on the Ben album, so he was probably, 12? 11, 13, I don't know. It wasn't very old, I don't think. Written by Beatrice Verdi and Christine Yarian. Maybe you and I can do great things. We may not change the world in one day, but we can still change some things today in our small way. Empty words are not enough, but there's hurt. But there's hurt will be a crush. I don't know what that means. When there's thirst, or when there's hurt will be a crush. When there's, I think, a crutch. When there's thirst, we'll fill each other's cup. Because we care, we love enough to share. Maybe you and I can do great things, can't do great things. We may not change the world in one day, but we can still change some things today in our small way. Just a little time. I'm going to start singing. Just a little time is all it takes. What difference just a smile can make. You'll see. Love is all we need. Maybe you and I can't do great things. We may not change the world in one day, but we can still change some things today in our small way. I don't know, it just resonated with me when I first heard that 100 years ago. So I'm going to quickly skim through all 2 Whitney Houston albums, the first 2 albums that Whitney Houston brought out. Love them, always loved them. And Will Young, although there's one album that she did do that, what was it called? What's that? The album, the movie she did with Kevin Costner. That one. And it wasn't a song, I Will Always Love You. It was the other one, which I preferred. Take my knife, take it for what I am, but I'll never change all my colours for you. That one. Then we got Will Young, Friday's Child. Love the album. And I've got English Settlement. Okay. XTC. Senses Working Overtime. Just one song. Love that song. Love that song. And I listened to other songs they did and I don't know, but I love that song. Easy, do do do, don't worry, always lonely. That's just really good. I like it. And then I've got the stand-up years of 1964 to 1968, Woody Allen. Not very musical, to be fair, but listening to one of the greatest, it was just so good. It might not, a lot of people won't have ever heard Woody Allen do stand-up. I didn't even know he'd done stand-up. When I was reading his books when I was a late teenager, I used to read his books, and they were so funny. They made me laugh, but I didn't know that he did stand-up comedy. I knew he did movies and stuff, and yeah. But anyway, that's it. That's my kind of collection of songs, my collection of my playlists, if I go through my all the songs that I've got on my favourites. Wind Beneath My Wings by Bette Midler. She's Like the Wind, Patrick Swayze. I Have Nothing, that's the one I was trying to think of, Whitney Houston. The Final Countdown, Europe. Total Eclipse of the Heart, Bonnie Tyler. Stop Believing by Journey. Real Gone Kid, Deacon Blue. Rain or Shine, 5 Star. Down Under, Men at Work. Africa, Toto. Through the Barricades, Spandau Ballet. Let's Hear It for the Boy, Denise Williams. 925, Dolly Parton. Stand and really, why have you done that? It's just pushed me all the way down. It doesn't. Real Gone Kid, Deacon Blue. Okay, Africa, Toto, Through the Barricades, Spandau Ballet, Let's Hear It for the Boy. Okay. Stand and Deliver, Adam and the Ants. The Power of Love, Jennifer Rush. How Am I Supposed to Live Without You, Michael Bolton. Dead Ringer for Love, Meatloaf. Return of the Mac, Mark Morrison. I tell you, Dead Ringer for Love, that was like Groundhog Day, because every day for probably a week, if not more, my radio would go off for school to wake me up, and Dead Ringer for Love was being played. Well, since about, I don't know, I've been hanging around this joy. I don't know what to do. Baby, baby. Rock and roll and blues, rock and roll and blues. So yeah, it was almost unconsciously became part of my life, because just woke up listening to it. Return of the Mac, Mark Morrison. It's not allowing me to read these out. It keeps skipping forward. It is. I don't know why it's doing that. Free mood, ultra nate, free. Everybody's free to feel good. I swear, no, it's not allowing me to do it. It just keeps skipping down. I know what I can do. If the volume's down, I can just skip. I can skip. So what I'll do, Stand and Deliver, Dead Rings for Love, I Swear, All for One, Crazy, Niles Barkley, Mercy, Duffy, Unwritten, Natasha Bedingfield, Umbrella, Ella, Rihanna, You're Beautiful, James Blunt, I Believe in a Thing Called Love, The Darkness. Same thing happened. That was in 2002. I kept waking up to that song. I Believe in a Thing Called Love. It's like every morning, same song. Because I had a clock radio. And there wasn't just someone there just playing it for me. The band weren't in my room. Whenever, Forever, or whenever, wherever, Shakira. I went to Bulgaria, and that's all they were playing. Whenever, wherever, who wants to be forever? Out of building, you'll be here. Biggest song in Europe. Honestly, it was massive. Constantly being played. Forget You, CeeLo Green, Never Ever, All Saints. Never ever have I ever felt so now. And then you've got A Groovy Kind of Love, Phil Collins. I Want to Know What Love Is, Foreigner. Holding Back the Years, Simply Red. Careless Whisper, George Michael. Baby Can I Hold You, Tracy Chapman. That's another album, Tracy Chapman. Oh man. Fast Car and Everywhere by Fleetwood Mac. Again, a similar situation. I worked in the Co-op supermarket. It's only a little supermarket, and I had my break. Every time I had my break, I had a can of Coke and some fig rolls. Guaranteed the radio would be playing those two songs. Baby Can I Hold, Fast Car and Everywhere. They was like, almost like they were linked together. All of Me, John Legend. If you don't know me by now, Simply Red. Against All Odds, Take a Look at Me Now. I think Simply Red is going to be one of those bands. Such a great voice. And maybe they'll be forgotten for a while and then someone will rediscover them, like, wow, what vocals. Against All Odds, Take a Look at Me Now. Hungry Like a Wolf, Fast, that was Duran Duran. Fast Car, Tracy Chapman. Like a Prayer, Madonna. Remember seeing that in France. Like a Prayer. I was in the French, or was it Dover or France? It was either side of the ferry, one of those. And I was watching Like a Prayer on a big screen, or on a TV anyway. Golden Brown, The Stranglers, Can't Hurry Love, Phil Collins, Running Up That Hill, Kate Bush, When a Man Loves a Woman, Percy Sledge, Baker Street, Jerry Rafferty, Daydream Believer, The Monkees, Yeah, by Usher, Yeah, No One, Alicia Keys, Just the Way You Are, Bruno Mars, Girls on Film, Duran Duran, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, Otis Redding, Stand By Me, Benny King, One More Time, Daft Punk, Everywhere, Fleetwood Mac, You Can't Hurry Love, Phil Collins. Now the next one's one of my favourite all-time songs, Arthur's Theme, The Best That You Can Do, Christopher Cross. One More Night, Phil Collins, True, Spandau Ballet, You're the Best Thing, Star Council, You're the Best Thing That Ever Happened, Broken Wings, Mister, Take These Broken Wings, I Want to Know What Love Is, Foreigner, Time After Time, Cyndi Lauper. And It's Done It Again is completely taking me off. Wow. I can't believe it did that. Right. It's not allowing me to list them all. It just keeps messing around. Because there's too many probably. That's why it is. There's too many. There's not that many, like 90. You think 90 would be enough for them to allow me to, you know what I mean? Like library, 90. How many are there? 97 songs. Lonely by Akon. I used to listen to that at 2006, 2007, before I started my university course. I used to sit in the pub and I used to play it on the jukebox. Lonely, I'm so lonely. You got Notorious, Duran Duran, Time After Time, Africa Toto, Dear Sister, I Want to Live Forever, Queen, Power of Love, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Do You Really Want to Hurt Me, Culture Club, Sweet Love, Anita Baker, Money's Too Tight, Simply Red, Sweet Dreams, Each Time You Break My Heart, Nick Cayman, Only You, Yazoo, Come a Chameleon, Culture Club, Hey Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind, hey Mickey, ooh, hey Mickey, Tony Basil, Gloria, Kids in America, so it's Laura Branigan, Kids in America, Kim Wilde, Save a Prayer, Duran Duran, Freedom, Wham, pretty much every hit from Blondie would be on there, Call Me and all of them. Feels Like I'm in Love, Kelly Marie, Soft Cell, Tainted Love. There's loads on here. You're the Best Thing That Ever Happened, Star Council, True, Spandau Ballet. Loads, but it's proper windy outside now. Right, I think I got most of them. But there's loads on there that I've not got, like Bob Dylan songs, Elvis Presley songs, the Beatles songs, Terence Trent D'Arby, loads of songs I absolutely adore that aren't on my list of best. But what I did one day, I was just like going through and just adding them, and then I stopped. Some of my favourite songs. That's what today's Monday's boring objects is. So thank you for listening. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother doing doing these things, because people are putting not very pleasant messages on here. But I can post the videos onto TikTok, because I'm just trying to reach a bigger audience, really, just reach more people. That's all it is. So I'd like to say thank you for listening. Remember to be kind to yourself, because you do deserve to be happy, and be gentle with yourself. You deserve to feel safe. Lots of love. Bye.